Welcome to the Aglovad IT Solution podcast. Here you will get to hear audio describing the information that is shared in our latest blogs. And the topic that we are going to discuss in this podcast is top Python IDEs and code editors. So, here we begin. Python is one of the most accessible programming languages, popularly used for its simplified syntax and focus on natural language. Moreover, it can be executed on popular OS platforms such as Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and more. The various use cases of Python make it an ideal platform for almost any business requirement. Python can handle data visualization, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, software development, and web app requirements, to name a few. Whether you are an aspiring Python developer or a business looking to leverage Python for your project, it is useful to know about some of the top Python IDEs and code editors to make your Python programming experience smoother and more efficient. So, this was a brief introduction of Python. Now let's discuss what is the role of Python IDE and Python code editor. So, what are these tools known as IDEs and code editors? Why are they worth your consideration, and how can they benefit your Python project? These are some of the questions that you might have in your mind. No worries, we have you covered. In all, developers can code on any platform or software. It could be the Windows command prompt or even the Notepad application. However, such platforms only allow you to code your Python project without any enhanced functionalities, assistive features, or debugging options. Hence it makes more sense to find and pick a good Python code editor or an ideal IDE for a Python project. It just is a more practical approach. Code editors for Python act as a text editor platform that focuses on enabling source code editing. All of its features are centered on improving code development. The primary differentiating factor between Python code editors versus IDEs is that IDE comes with a GUI, whereas code editors don't. A code editor can be a part of an IDE that optimizes the coding process. Just like IDEs, most code editors will support multiple languages and frameworks such as HTML, PHP, Ruby, and more. Top Python code editors have these following features like 1. Syntax highlighting, 2. Auto-completion, 3. Auto-indentation, and 4. Bracket matching. Moving on further in this podcast, let's discuss, what is Python IDE used for? Well, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. These are coding tools made to make the process of writing, testing, and debugging code efficient and easier. Most IDEs work across different technologies and aren't just specific to Python. However, some are more accustomed to working efficiently with Python and are better alternatives than the rest. Which IDE you end up using would depend on various factors such as project complexity, coding skills of your development team, project urgency, and much more. Top Python IDEs have these following features like a source code editor, GUI, graphical user interface, C compiler or interpreter, and D integrated debugger. Python code editors and IDEs are extremely useful for easing your development process while ensuring you follow best practices in Python coding. Since these code editors are designed to make your Python code as efficient as possible, you will greatly benefit from their competitive features and advantages that work in your favor. Now let's understand the basics of Python development environment. Python coding environment is the overall setup for carrying out any Python project. It will include a text editor as well as some form of runtime implementation. Depending on your preference and project needs, the text editor can be a basic code editor or an IDE. Also, it is important to note that even a basic code editor such as Sublime Text can be converted to an IDE by integrating certain plugins to achieve specific results. The runtime implementation is responsible for executing your code. Some of the popular runtime implementations include PyPy and CPython. Moving on, let's discuss how to choose the best IDE or best code editor for Python. So, before we dive into the list of top Python IDEs and code editors, we should first know what we are looking for. Even the most popular Python IDEs are not the most suitable solution for your project. Naturally, many factors would shape your final decision on the best IDE Python. Here are some of the most important considerations to keep in mind. The first consideration to be made is for the project type. As we discussed in the beginning of this podcast, Python is a versatile programming language used for multiple use cases such as web apps, software development, data analysis, and other such fields. Naturally, the best IDE for data science won't be the same as the most preferred IDE for someone looking to develop a web app. Hence, you should clearly define your project requirement to shorten your range of Python code editors or IDEs to look from. The second consideration is Python developer availability and expertise. The next point is more from a practical standpoint. Depending on your project budget and the way to secure Python programmers for your project, the code editors for the Python project would vary significantly. With experienced Python developers from a professional web app development company, you could experiment with top Python IDEs with advanced functionalities for getting more control and access to how you shape your project. Whereas, if you have a minimal or basic project that can be outsourced to a freelancer, you might stick with a basic Python code editor and still get satisfactory results. The next consideration is of compatibility with your legacy software. You might already have some form of automation or processes for your business that you want to refine and enhance. In such situations, you must first check the compatibility of the Python IDEs with your existing systems. If the integration isn't seamless, you could risk losing or compromising some sensitive business data during the migration process. It is advisable to outsource your project to an offshore development center company with proven experience in handling Python projects so they can guide you correctly with your project and minimize risks. And the fourth and last consideration to be made is integration with other programming languages. One important thing to understand about any technology is it is ever-changing. While Python has proven its merit and reliability in the market, you should never feel trapped to always stick to Python for all your project functionalities since other programming languages could have a better solution. Hence, when choosing the best Python IDE, you should ensure it works well with other programming languages, so you don't need to keep switching IDEs when changing technologies. Wondering what is the best Python code editor? Without further ado, let's dive right into the list of 4 best Python code editors that you should know about. The first code editor is Python Notepad++. Notepad++ is one of the most used code editors by many experienced and entry-level developers simply due to its rich function and feature set. It is a free and open-source code editor designed specifically for MS Windows. While it provides many benefits and features for most programming languages, it has some Python-specific benefits too. The key features of Python editor Notepad++ are 1. Easy Python integration into Notepad++ code editor. 2. Groups Python code sections in collapsible sections for improving page readability. 3. Provides indentation guides that work well to define functional code blocks. And 4. Allows developers to create shortcuts to program calls. The second code editor is Sublime Text for Python. It is one of the most sophisticated text editors for Python. It as one of the most appreciated user interfaces for developers across various programming languages and markup languages. Moreover, it has some amazing features and dedicated resources for Python development. Its key features are, it is written in C++ and Python, making it ideal for Python coding. Project reliability increases since it opens your project where you leave even if you haven't saved the code changes. The Sublime Text Editor has many rich features like indentation preferences, multi-select, file patterns, spell checks, and others. And custom Python-specific packages for enhancing and speeding up Python coding even further. Sublime Text hosts vast packages that help developers extend Python functionalities. These packages have varying uses, some are plugins, and others can be for syntax, highlighting code snippets, and more. Here are some of the most popular Python development plugins available on Sublime Text Editor. 1. Anaconda. It is a Sublime Text Editor plugin that helps change the look of the Sublime Text Editor to mimic the look and feel of an IDE while retaining smoother operations without compromising on speed. Its features are code autocompletion, code linting, syntax errors and automatically fixing PEP8 violations, Python class, function, or method documentation under the cursor, and ability to search object usage anywhere in the project. The second plugin is Sublime Linter. It is a powerful Sublime Text Editor tool that provides great linting features for Python development. You can easily integrate it into your Python project using the Sublime Text Editor's package control option. Alongside linting capabilities for Python, Sublime Linter also provides syntaxes for other programming languages such as JavaScript, CSS, and Ruby. Its features are: it provides a meta setting for the Python in the form of a floating point number which specifies the Python version needed for running the required Python-based linters. provides automated checking for errors and styles in your Python project, and periodically updated with best practices and to support Python's latest versions. The next plugin is Auto Docstring. It allows Python developers to create Python docstrings for any of their selected classes, functions, or methods. It can be implemented throughout the Python project and can be changed between NumPy and Google styles at any time. And its features are a wide variety of docstring formats, support for various decorators, quarks, args, parameters, and errors, and quick creation of docstrings. Moving on in this podcast, the next Python code editors that we will discuss after Sublime Text for Python is Vim Python Code Editor. It is another popular code editor which can be used as an IDE for Python development. One of the key reasons for using Vim is its high potential for extensibility. You can add plugins and other packages to make it work the best way for your Python project. It has a great user interface with seamless navigation and text editing tools. Its key features are using Python file on terminal, sending line of code to Python, and interactive and efficient debugging. Vim Code Editor for Python comes with many Python-based plugins, extensions, and tools that make coding in Python more efficient and quicker. Here are some of the best Vim Code Python extensions you should know about. The first plugin is NerdTree. It is a file manager that helps developers manage and organize their Python project's files and folders systematically and efficiently. It is one of the most popular Vim file management plugins, making your Vim look very similar to Visual Studio Code. They also have proper documentation on the installation process. Files and directories are displayed in a hierarchical tree structure. Availability of customizable mappings, ability to create separate NerdTree windows for each tab, and ability to add customized key mappings are counted as its features. The next plugin is Jedi Vim. It is a Vim binding auto-completion library for Python. This library is built around Python and hence understands its core features greatly. It provides vast support for Python's decorators, generators, and many features. Jedi Vim Python-based features are auto code completion, goto, assignment, definition, stub, renaming, usages, and open module. The fourth code editors for Python is Visual Studio Code for Python. Using the Microsoft Python extension, you can use one of the most popular code editors for a Python project. Connecting your Python project to VS Code via this extension turns VS Code into one of the best Python code editor platforms. You can easily switch between different Python environments like Conda and virtual environments. Its features are works with almost all operating systems, integrated terminal and ability to run code without a project, and seamless interaction with C++. Visual Studio Code has some of the best extensions for most programming languages. Although it doesn't come with out-of-the-box support for Python, you can still easily set up your Python project on the platform and use its robust and extensive list of Python packages and extensions to run your Python code. Here are some of the top Visual Studio Code extensions for Python. The first extension is Kite Autocomplete AI Code. Kite is one of the top Python code editor tools loved and used by many Python developers for easing the process of writing code. As the name suggests, it uses AI to enhance your coding experience and efficiency. For instance, calling a function in Python on VS Code Editor with the Kite extension will display the subsequent arguments needed for making that call. Although not specifically built for Python, Kite is a great coding tool for your Python project. Its features are: it auto-display arguments of any functions you code, show a quick summary when you hover over any symbol, and uses AI to give smart suggestions. The second plugin is AREPL for Python. It is one of the top code editors for Python code evaluation. It provides real-time code evaluation, which helps developers identify mistakes or problems with their Python code as and when they start typing it. The caught errors are reflected on the coding editor with their respective logs. Developers can configure how to handle or display such errors at their convenience. The code can be evaluated without running it. Real-time error evaluation, configurable to suit individual Python developers' preferences, and can evaluate code without needing to run it. The third extension is Better Comments. Better Comments is a must-have Visual Studio Code extension that helps improve the overall readability and comprehensiveness of the comments added to your Python code. It helps you differentiate different comment types by displaying them in different colors, such as to DOS, queries, and alerts. The color settings are also configurable as per the developer's choice. It works with other programming languages too. Its features are comment readability improvement, comment categorization by color codes, and works with multiple programming languages. Next, we should have a look at some of the best Python IDEs that can work wonders for your Python project. The first IDE that we will discuss is Spyder Python IDE. Spyder is an open-source, free-to-use Python integrated development environment designed by and for scientists, data analysts, and engineers. It is one of the most user-friendly IDE preferred by many data scientists. Python programs can add various modules and packages to this IDE with a basic command line code. It also has proper documentation and guides. Key features of Spyder IDE for Python are support for various IPython consoles, coding features such as code completion, introspection, syntax highlighting, enables programmers to explore and edit variables using GUI, static code analysis, and a runtime profiler for benchmarking code. The next IDE is PyDev. PyDev is a Python IDE for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It is an Eclipse IDE for Python. Its main focus is Python code refactoring, code analysis, and debugging using a graphic pattern. Since it's a plugin, it's comparatively lightweight but still feature-packed for helping Python programmers to develop their projects. Key feature of PyDev IDE for Python are A. Works really with Django with features like code coverage, auto-code completion, and more. B. Has access to rich features such as refactoring, type hinting, code analysis, and debugging. And C. Seamless plint integration, interactive console, remote debugger, and more. The third IDE is PyCharm. It is among the best IDEs for Linux, Windows, and Mac. Some prominent names like Facebook, Amazon, Pinterest, and more use PyCharm as their preferred Python IDE. PyCharm comes feature-packed and supports web app development using Django. It provides many benefits for Python development, such as visual debugger, version control systems, running Python code in any environment, support for various databases, and interactive Python console. The fourth and last IDE that we will discuss today is Eric Python IDE. Eric is one of the top Python IDE, providing all necessary Python developer tools for code writing, project management, and all aspects of Python development. It uses QScintilla and PyQt and comprises some of the most useful Python development features. Key features of Eric IDE for Python are built-in Python syntax, issues, and other set checkers. The editor has features like syntax highlighting, call tips, and auto-completion. And it can be extended via useful plugins. With this we have reached to the conclusion of this podcast. All these tools are great in their domains. They can provide valuable input to your Python programming requirements, helping you achieve better results cost-effectively and efficiently. Thanks for listening. For more such informative content, keep following our podcast.